Evening, I'm meteorologist Jacob Matthews. If you're tuning with us right now, hopefully you are indoors because we are seeing severe thunderstorm warnings in effect for Erie County as well as Crawford County. You can see this big line of rain showers extending from downtown Erie all the way down to Meadville, even into Oil City. We're also picking up a lot of lightning strikes. If we could just pull up the lightning counter real quickly, one of our workers, Dorian, will help pull that up for us. We are seeing a total of 822 on this radar image as of now. Most of them are negative strikes, meaning those are lightning strikes that happen within the cloud, but we are starting to get a few positive strikes which are striking on the ground as well. Now let's take a look at a quick time lapse of this system to see how it approached into the area. So it seemed like it came in from the lake shore and eventually a whole line developed, and this was all thanks to all of the heat and humidity that has been added throughout the afternoon and evening hours. This happened over in Crawford County. You can definitely see it developing in near Meadville as well as near Oil City, and it's continuing to move towards the east. As you can see, this is that one line of showers, and we're actually expecting a second round. If I could just expand the radar a bit out towards Ohio a little bit to my left, to the west a bit, you can see that second round that is now affecting northern central Ohio. You can definitely see more severe thunderstorm warning activity happening close to Cleveland. This is actually going to be our second round for Erie and Crawford, and that's why the severe thunderstorm warning is in effect until 12:45 a.m. But there's also a severe thunderstorm warning in effect for Chautauqua County, as you could probably see right here. Eventually it gets orange. Yep, right there. Chautauqua County is in effect until 12:15 because we're not seeing that second round of showers reach that area. Now, if we could just stop the time lapse real quickly and get a bit of a zoom in on Erie County. Get a bit of a zoom in on Erie County. We can see we can get a closer look at what this storm looks like close by, and if we could just stop the time lapse real quickly, and even get rid of the lightning counter as well. Get rid of the there we go, as well as all of the lightning strikes. Now, if we zoom in a bit closer, let's get to street level in Erie County. Zoom in a bit more, a bit more, a bit more. Yeah, over in Wattsburg. Let's see. Keep zooming in until we see street names, and eventually, sorry. Just keep zooming in until we get street names near Wattsburg. Yeah, just keep zooming. Okay, there we go. Yeah. If you're doing any late night driving, you can see along State Route 8. If you're driving up north in Wattsburg, you could definitely see some heavy rain activity right there. That's what's currently happening at the moment. And associated with this severe thunderstorm warning is not just heavy downpours that could bring potential flooding, but also high wind speeds. If we could pull up the wind velocity, the base velocity graphic real quickly and just zoom out a bit, maybe we can find a few wind values that are actually pretty high. Let's just zoom out the map real quickly, and we can probably find some light areas. Let's see. If you could just use the query tool real quickly, Dorian, maybe we could get a few select wind speeds that we can show on air. All right. Let's see. There's a pretty light spot right there next to Lowville. Okay. You know how to get the query tool? All right. Just southwest of Lowville, we're seeing a light red spot right there. That's typically where we see pretty high wind speeds. And if we zoom out right now, we are seeing still some heavy rain just southeast of Wattsburg, and also seeing another cell actually to the northwest. The storm is continuing to move east southeast, and let's pull up the base velocity graphic again. And there's a little query tool that if you choose it, you can bring up the wind speed in a certain location. Query tool, it looks like yeah. If you use the query tool, you'll eventually get a wind speed. Hold on, I can probably get that for you. All right, so let's take a look at current wind speed right now. Let's just pull up the base velocity. All right, here we go. This is what I wanted. All right. Remember this light area right here, just northwest of Wattsburg and southwest of Lowville. Use the Corey tool. We're looking at 76. That may be overshooting it a little bit. That might be a bit of an error, but right next to it looks like. Oops.
Okay. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get on to
44. Okay, that seems more reasonable. Now, the severe thunderstorm warning has issued a chance of excess wind speeds, wind gusts 40 to 60 miles per hour. And that's what's is to be expected. And that's what we are seeing close to Wattsburg right now. Now, if we can just zoom out again throughout the DMA, we can look at what's happening down in Crawford County. Let's pull up the base reflectivity radar and get rid of that just clear out that little text right there. So we won't have that. Clear button on the. There you go.
An urgent weather message. The National Weather Service in State College, Pennsylvania has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for Warren County in north-central Pennsylvania until 1 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. At 11:56 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, a severe thunderstorm was located over Clymer, moving southeast at 45 miles per hour. Hazard, 60 miles per hour wind gusts. Source, radar indicated. Impact, expects damage to roofs, siding, and trees. Locations impacted include Warren, Sheffield, Columbus, Youngsville, Russell, Spring Creek, Scandia, Lottsville, Grand Valley, Warren South, Garland, and Kinswood. This includes the following highways: Route 6 from Columbus to near Ludlow, Route 62 from south of Tidia to the New York border, State Road 59 from Warren to east of Kinswood. Stay inside a well-built structure and keep away from windows. Very heavy rainfall is occurring with this severe thunderstorm and may lead to flash flooding. Do not drive your vehicle through flooded roadways. Repeating, a severe thunderstorm warning has been issued until 1 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time Friday for the following county: Warren, Pennsylvania.
Take a look at what the rest of Warren County probably look like at this moment. Base reflectivity showing rain showers, and that'll be up in just a minute. Okay, it looks like there's been a severe thunderstorm warning issued for Warren County right now. Let's take a look at base reflectivity. That's the rain showers that are being picked up on. Here we go. Severe thunderstorm for Warren. If you can click on Warren County real quickly, so we can see when that severe thunderstorm warning will no longer be in effect. Click on Warren County for me real quick. go. Yep, closer to Corey. There we go. We're looking at roads like Baker Hill Road, Carrier Road. Those are roads that are also being drenched in these heavy downpours right now. And that's happening over in Columbus, not just Corey, but Columbus right now. We're definitely seeing these heavy downpours in effect for these streets, and it will continue to be that way for the next few minutes. And if you happen to live in Columbus, just be sure to stay indoors. And if you plan on going on the roads, just be sure to make a very quick trip. And of course, avoid any flooded roadways. If the roadways look like they have a lot of water on them, they probably do. So of course, turn around, don't drown. That's a saying we like to say for any chance of flooded roadways. All right, now let's zoom back out into the DMA, see how the system is looking like in Erie and Crawford County. All right, so it seems like all the cells are starting to move into eastern Erie and eastern Crawford County. You can see right here, it looks like Oil City is starting to get really affected over there. But let's zoom into Oil City and see any street names, any streets that you want to look out for all of our local Oil City residents. All right, zoom in a bit more. Zoom in. All right, so Oil City right now, we're only seeing pretty light showers in that area, but if we just look east of Oil City, like in Rockmere, Aaronsville, like Grandview Road, for example, that's a road that you want to look out for. This is a road that is now experiencing pretty heavy bands of rain showers at this moment. We're even seeing a bit of purple over there, and severe thunderstorm warning has also mentioned chances of hail. If we can get the Barron button up real quickly, we can see any radar indications of hail. Okay, so it doesn't look like there's any radar indicated hail in Oil City, but if we zoom out a bit more, we can start to see a bit of purple. This purple indicates that hail is likely, but it's just radar indicated. It doesn't exactly mean that hail is dropping in that area. All right. Also, we are seeing the storm now moving at east-southeast at about 33 miles per hour, and the hail chances are 80%. Hail size, a half of an inch. That's about a quarter size of hail, so that's to be expected if it actually happens. As of now, like I said, the purple indicates that it is radar indicated. Doesn't mean that hail is actually hitting the ground, but it does indicate that hail could likely happen given the radar. This radar is actually from Cleveland, so it's pretty high up in the air. So it's probably reading a bit of hail maybe forming within that cloud, but that doesn't necessarily mean that there actually is hail on the ground. Now let's take a look at the hail reports in Erie County as well as Crawford County. If we could just zoom out away from Oil City and head back north a bit. Just go up, go up. All right. It's looking mostly green over here. We're not really seeing a lot of purple. So as for hail, it doesn't seem like we can expect it very much for Erie County as well as Crawford County. So that's pretty good news. Let's take a look at the lightning counter now. All right, let's take a look at all the lightning strikes that are happening throughout the region. We can now see from this radar image, if we could zoom out a bit more so we can get more lightning strikes. Okay, so it looks like the lightning is now starting to move along with this line of showers, which is now making its way into Warren County and out of Crawford as well as Erie. Still a lot of negative strikes. That means lightning happening within the clouds, but we're also seeing a few positive strikes as well. You can see the positive strikes are the yellow strikes, and that's happening just north of Jamestown. And positive strikes are the ones that strike the ground. Eventually, we're going to see this system continuing to progress through Warren County, and it looks like the severe thunderstorm warnings have changed a little bit for Erie and Crawford. As you can see from this time lapse right here, the area has shrunk a little bit, so that means much of that severe activity has moved out, and we're taking a bit of a break for eastern Erie as well as Crawford counties. But we're not taking a break for long. If you see from this time lapse, the second round of showers is starting to make its way through Ashtabula County, and it seems like it's moving eastward and a bit east-southeastward as well. It's moving through Ashtabula, so there's another severe thunderstorm warning in effect for Ashtabula County, where all of that activity is right now. But given the general direction, it seems like it's moving into Erie County and Crawford County as we speak. It's also starting to morph a little bit. You can definitely see the red arrows right here. The red arrows indicate that the system is starting to morph. It's starting to strengthen a bit as it reaches inland into Ashtabula County. So that's definitely something to look out for. And we're going to keep a close eye on that as the severe thunderstorm warning continues to be in effect for Ashtabula County and likely for Erie and Crawford County as well. If it continues to sustain itself after it moves out of Ashtabula, then there's a likely chance that a severe thunderstorm warning will be reinstated for both Erie and Crawford County. And now let's take a look at the system that's currently in effect for Warren County. If we could just remove the lightning strikes real quickly, I want to take a look at streets right now, see what streets are currently affected. So just south of Corey, we're seeing Stewart Road as well as Com Road, Ross Road. Those are the kinds of roads just south of Corey that are now seeing all these heavy downpours. And it looks like this is actually also pretty close. Oh, just got a report. It's pretty close to Conneaut Lake as well. If you live near Conneaut Lake and there's heavy rain happening, you may want to take more precautions because that's a pretty flood-prone area. Okay, we just got reports of trees down on Route 89 at Station Road Greenfield, as well as West Lake Road at Manchester Road in Fairview. All right, let's take a look at Greenfield real quickly. I believe that's north of Corey a little bit. All right, yeah. Okay, we'll look at Fairview first, and then we'll look at Greenfield. Okay, so it looks like we got this report maybe a few minutes ago because this line of heavy rain showers is now just east of Fairview and is continuing to move away from Fairview. So it may have happened a few minutes ago. This was at West Lake Road and Manchester Road. Okay, West Lake Road. West Lake Road is just a bit north from Fairview, and Manchester Road looks like it's next to Manchester Beach. So this looks like where the tree was knocked down, and yeah, this is to be expected. I mean, there's a lot of heavy rain activity happening there. Now let's take a look at the wind speeds as well. If you can pull up the base velocity radar. Okay, and if you can use the Corey tool real quickly to point out any high wind speeds, just click around anywhere just to pick up a wind speed. All right, got another report. Wind speeds real quickly. Yeah. As he's doing that, keep in mind we are seeing reports of 40 to 60 mile per hour wind gusts. That's according to the National Weather Service. But as of now, it looks like wind speeds have reached about 29. Take a look at Milfar Road. Whoops. Never mind. All right. We just got another report. There was a tornado warning in Ashtabula County. This is the highlighted red area right here. Now, if we could pull up the storm relative velocity radar real quickly. Now, we are seeing a difference of red and green. This is radar indicated storm relative velocity. We can see a difference in red and green, and that's showing a rotation indicated by the radar at about a few thousand feet up. This doesn't necessarily mean that tornadoes are touching down at the ground, but we are seeing rotation high up in the air. You can see, thanks for that, you're seeing this red circle right now. You can see the difference in the red and the green. That represents rotation, and that is happening in Ashtabula County right now, as a tornado warning is in effect until 12:30 a.m. And it looks like it's happening near Windsor as well as Mayfield Road. If you happen to live near Windsor and you live and you're probably driving on Mayfield Road anytime soon, yeah, just look out for any possible funnel clouds high up in the air. But as of now, it's just radar indicated, and we're seeing rotation high in the air. That doesn't necessarily mean that we are seeing tornadoes touch the ground just yet. Not just Windsor, but also in Stoneville. You want to take a look for any chances of funnel clouds. And if you do happen to see a funnel cloud, just take immediate shelter And yeah, just also if you have any loose items outside, be sure to bring them indoors. You definitely don't want them flying around outside, or else that could cause some serious injury. All right, now let's take a look at back at Erie and Crawford County, see what activity is happening over there. Okay, so no new warnings as of now, but we're still seeing those cells over in Girard. Like I mentioned before, there have been a few trees reported that have fallen down close to Girard, as well as Fairview. Those, besides the tornado report, those are the only other reports that we have gotten so far. The system that is continuing to bring a lot of rain showers and a lot of rotation in Ashtabula County is continuing to move east-southeast, as indicated by these arrows. So it seems like it's going to affect Ashtabula first, but then given this direction, it could eventually reach into Girard, maybe even Edinburgh and Meadville, at least this part of the system right here where the tornado warnings are in effect. We're also seeing this extending into the lake, this part right here, which could reach into Erie within maybe the next 20 minutes. Now let's take a look at this line in Warren, see how things are looking over there. We're still seeing red arrows in Warren County. That means the system is still sustaining itself. It's not indicating that it will weaken anytime soon, and it seems to be moving out of Corey right now. Actually, it's moving out of Wattsburg. It's still affecting Corey a little bit, and then we're eventually going to see that move out of Corey. And given the direction that it's moving, it could reach into Warren as well as Tidiute next, and those cities could be greeted with a lot of maybe heavy downpours, which could result in a few chances of flash flooding. But it also could bring about a chance of hail. We're still seeing 80% chance of hail within this line of showers right here. This line right here. Hail size, if possible, if it hits the ground, it could be as large as a ½ an inch, which is about a quarter size. We're eventually going to see this system moving out of Corey into Warren and Tidiute next. So if you live in Warren and Tidiute, if you're local there, just be sure to take immediate action and take shelter and take shelter. And if you have any loose items outside, of course, take them inside as well, or else they would blow around and may cause a bit of injury. And speaking of things blowing around, let's take a look at the wind velocity radar right now. Okay. If we can remove the storm tracker, I'm sorry.
That's okay. Hey, I have a little more information on the tornado warning, so I'm going to get on over here, and we'll have a little bit more warning on that tornado warning here in Ashtabula County. If you want to go back, if you want to go to Facebook, I'll get that information here, and we'll start doing stuff on the air. So we're going to just switch off here just a bit, and let's go back to that velocity mode there. Okay, and let's go velocity mode here in Ashtabula County, Dorian, and let's start zooming in right here. What we're seeing here near Austinburg, as Jacob mentioned, we do have a tornado warning that is in effect for Ashtabula County, and this is in effect. So it's this right here. Yeah, you can circle that right there. This is what we're looking at, and it is, it is rotation right now. That's near Austinburg, and this is moving toward the southeast at this point, and it looks like it's heading toward places like Jefferson. Let's zoom up a bit there, Dorian, and let's get a bigger look here as to where that's going. So zoom out a little more. Let's go down so we can see Erie and Crawford County, and let's put this into motion, and let's get a movement on here, and let's see how that's moving. And you can see, if you watch here, where the green and the red are moving. The general movement here appears to be more toward the east-southeast. That would take it potentially into the Pymatuning area, possibly into Meadville, and into maybe the Cambridge Springs region. At this movement here, looks like it's moving east, looks like about 30-35 here And again, that's so that tornado warning in effect until 12:45 here as this moves off toward the east. And the warning itself may get extended here into Crawford County here, perhaps in the next 5 minutes, if it goes there.
There's another warning below it.
Okay, there's another warning below it, a tornado warning below it?
Yeah.
Okay, you can come up. Okay. Okay, this one right here, out toward Huntsburg. Okay, that one's actually the older warning that they actually moved in. So this particular warning here, this tornado warning, probably going to take it down into Mercer County, into the Warren, Ohio area. But that's something we will watch. The one that we're more interested in here, let's slide it down just a bit there, Dorian, so we can get a little more of Ashtabula. No, the other way. Move the map south. South. Move it down. There we go. That's it. Keep going. Keep going. Because right now, I'm looking right here now at perhaps, we always look for where green and red are touching or where they're close. And so this is what we're seeing just to the north of Chardon right now. And that's, Montville, headed toward Hartsgrove into the Rome area, just to the south of Trumbull. So right now there's no problem here in northwest PA. It is out here in Ashtabula County that we're looking at. Okay, Dorian, give me a nice wide look of northeast Ohio, northwest Pennsylvania, including it right there. There we go. So, and let's put the whole thing into motion. And let's watch that rotation a little bit more. Looks like it's trying to get a little more, looks like it's a little more diffuse at this time. But everything here is in Ashtabula County, and we'll be watching that, and we'll be tracking that. Probably whatever happens here is probably going to happen within the next 5 to 10 minutes or so. Let's go back to reflectivity mode. And let's stop the loop, and let's check out the let's check some of the bright pink skit. That's that one there, that one right there. There you go. Okay, so this is considered a severe storm. That means it has good hail size of a ½ inch, and large hail right now doesn't appear to be a big deal. Now, Papa, go the one just to the south of it, that darker red one, Dorian, right there. There we go. Now that's what's a meso. That's called a meso system. These are the ones that actually show some rotation. And you can see that one is moving toward the south and east. Let's slide down into this one right here, the other dark red. That one right there. Pop that up. Okay, that is also a meso. You see it's moving east-northeast. Some of the towns that will get hit by that include Rome, Jefferson, Dorset, and Andover. Let's take off the. Let's take that all off there so we can get a better look. And let's slide everything. Let's go into more northwestern Pennsylvania. Check out Erie and Crawford County here, and let's see what we got here so far. So look at Erie County, Crawford County right now. Nothing here is super impressive. We got some real heavy rain here. As you can see, it looks like Erie, the Fairview area. This next cell that will probably have something to watch with a little rotation is this cell right here, moving toward the east. So places like Platea, Girard here, Franklin Center, you're under the gun with this particular rotation here. But again, this doesn't impress me as something that is tornadic. All severe thunderstorms rotate to some extent, so it's not unusual to see that with that particular cell. Okay, well, let's pop off the data here and get those boxes out. And let's slide everything a little bit more. Let's concentrate more on Warren County at this point. Go ahead and pop up that skit there north of Corey. Okay, that one also has a touch of rotation, but this one doesn't appear, again, to be anything of note. It's actually out of Corey at this point, headed into Columbus area, Pittsfield, Chandler's Valley, Youngsville. You're under the gun here. Again, anywhere from 12:30 to about 12:45. Let's take those boxes off, and let's just get a look at the radar right now. And so looking at this, keep it there, Dorian, good stuff. Okay, just looking at these storms in Warren, we do have a couple of good cores here and a bit of rotation, but nothing that strikes me as tornadic right now. You know, from what we saw when I did some Facebook Live here, a lot of lightning, a lot of heavy rain, and let's put that into motion. Go ahead and put the whole thing into motion here. Let's watch the lightning strikes. And you can see they actually are dropping just a little bit. That's certainly good news. That's one indication that maybe these storms are starting to get a little bit less progressive here. Doesn't mean that they're weakening per se, but it's one thing that we look at. Take the lightning strikes off, if you would, Dorian, so we can see the radar a little bit better. And while we have two separate lines right now that we're watching. We have this line here toward Warren County, extending into all the way down to the Butler area. And this line looks more like a squall line. Let's stop the loop, Dorian, if we could. Typically along squall lines, a lot of times it's the leading edge that we look at when it comes to where the green meets the red. It's this area, it's this line right here that we often get the best chances of seeing the strongest wind gusts that could hit 60 miles an hour, perhaps, for some of you. Where we have the core here, this is right along the Route 62 corridor in the southern part of Warren County. That one seems to have the most moxie. Warren itself looks like it's bearing down on you. That looks more like just some heavy rain. So a couple of these cells, you can see they are severe. Definitely, there's a very good chance you will see some hail with these, and wind gusts that again will approach anywhere from 40 to 60 miles an hour. And that's already caused some trees to go down, and we've already seen some problems with that. Now back here, let's take off the boxes here, Dorian, and let's concentrate more on here. Okay, right there, bud. Okay, so this batch of rain right here, at this point, let's go back, let's go to velocity mode. And let's just see if there's anything that looks like rotation here.
Some new warnings.
Yep.
Here in Crawford.
Okay. And that is a severe thunderstorm warning. They've expired it now till 2 o'clock. Excuse me. They've moved it up to 2 o'clock. Give me a wide look so we can get this whole box in here, Dorian. And let's see the aerial extent of this. So this new warning here covering, and let's go back to reflectivity mode, and it goes Ashtabula County, Southern Erie County, the Meadville area. So it's a very large box that goes all the way down, as you can see. Okay, we got a couple of boxes here. So, but it does cover pretty much Southern Erie County and into most of Crawford County, at least up to looks like Cochranton and Meadville, and then this one here goes all the way to the Warren County border. This is what we call an anticipatory type of warning. It's more likely for both of these lines. This line goes south into Edinburgh, and this line comes east out of Ashtabula County. Let's go back to velocity mode, and Let's see if we can see any kind of rotation here. Zoom out just a little bit, Dorian. Thank you. Okay, so unfortunately, because the radars, because the beam is so far up, we may not be able to see the rotation very well. Let's go to.
They just reissued that same warning for Ashtabula, the tornado warning.
The tornado warning. They reissued it for tornado warning.
Yes.
What time? When does it end? Go ahead and pop that up there. And they just reissued the tornado warning. Okay, that's the old one until 12:45. What about the other one? That one until 12:30. Okay, so these tornado warnings. Looks like the rotation here in Ashtabula County is right here. And let's zoom in there.
The urgent weather message. The National Weather Service in Cleveland has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for northeastern Portage County in northeastern Ohio, Trumbull County in northeastern Ohio, northeastern Mahoning County in northeastern Ohio, southeastern Geauga County in northeastern Ohio, Ashtabula County in northeastern Ohio, southern Erie County in northwestern Pennsylvania, Crawford County in northwestern Pennsylvania until 2 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. At 12:26 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time, severe thunderstorms were located along a line extending from near Madison to near West Farmington to near Ravenna, moving east at 35 miles per hour. Hazard, 60 miles per hour wind gusts. Source, radar indicated. Impact, expect damage to trees and power lines. Locations impacted include Youngstown, Warren, Ashtabula, Meadville, Conneaut, Boardman, Niles, Campbell, Hubbard, Cortland, Edinburgh, Titusville, Newton Falls, Lordstown, North Kingsville, Middlefield, Cambridge Springs, Garrettsville, Kinsman, and North Bloomfield. For your protection, move to an interior room on the lowest floor of a building. Torrential rainfall is occurring with these storms and may lead to flash flooding. Do not drive your vehicle through flooded roadways. Repeating, a severe thunderstorm warning has been issued until 2 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time for the following counties in Ohio: Ashtabula, Geauga, Mahoning, Portage, and Trumbull, and the following counties in Pennsylvania: Crawford and Erie.
Let's this right here. Let's center this Edinburgh-Cambridge Springs storm. Let's bring that in. Okay. Go to storm relative velocity. Storm relative takes into account not only rotation but also the movement of the storm, and it can also be a very useful tool in finding rotation. Right now, we're not seeing anything outlandish. We don't always see this. A lot of different stages of red, brightness of red. So I think there is something going on here. Albion the southern parts of Crawford County. So these storms, the rougher storms, Crawford County seems to be more under the gun than Erie County. Let's take off the boxes and let's go back to some reflectivity mode. So sometimes, let's keep it there, Dorian. A lot of times you look for what we call notches, and maybe there may be something here, and it's oftentimes the rotation is often not in the heaviest of the reflectivity. So seeing something here out south of Thompson and northeast of Chardon, a little bit coming in. Not real impressive, but it's something that may indicate even this right here, this little bit of a notch coming just to the east of Thompson. That's where some of this rotation may be. But this again is also several thousand feet up. It's not at the surface. It's not the classic, tornadic type of rotation that we would normally see. With a tornado that's actually touching down. But this looks in general like a line of some heavy downpours, and let's pop on that pink skit right here there, Dorian. There we go. Okay, that one, okay, that's a severe one. Let's take that off and touch the meso one that's just to the north of it, right there. Okay, that's the meso. Okay, that's the one that we saw earlier. General movement here again is toward the south and east. So let's take everything off. Take off all the boxes, and let's get a wide view once again. Let's get the big picture here and see what we've got. Dorn, do we have access to some of the weather cameras?
I'll get it for you.
Okay. We're going to check a weather camera. I'd like to see Edinburgh if possible.
Go to Edinburgh.
Okay, here we go. Thank you. Okay. Now, you saw there on the radar that Edinburgh is getting hit with the core of that red. But okay, that's actually Gerard. Can we flip over to Edinburgh? There we go. So here is Edinburgh right now. Again, flags are moving. Nothing, definitely heavy rain, probably some hail here. But when you look at the flags, yes, these are definitely they're flapping pretty good here. But they're not whipping, they're not moving. Wind gusts here right now appear to be about 30-ish maybe. If we have any reports from Lori down there, if you hear one down there from Lori, a weather watcher out there, ask her what's going on. Got some lightning here, but nothing earth-shattering. This is a severe storm with heavy rain, and flooding is really the biggest worry that we have here. Let's go back to reflectivity mode and show you, let's check out that area of Edinburgh right now. Let's move everything down. Let's go to Edinburgh, center it up. There we go. Good. So again, we're not seeing any rotation here. We're just seeing a lot of heavy rain. We are seeing a lot in the way of potential hail with this, but not seeing any rotation. Just a lot of heavy rain here, Edinburgh area, out toward Crawford County as well. Zoom out if you could, and let's check things out here in northeast Ohio. And let's go back to those tornado warnings. A little wider look here, Dorian. Let's go out a little bit more, and let's see the grand scheme of things. So that's good right there. So you can see this tornado warning is all part of a larger line, larger squall line going back toward Ashland, up into the Akron area, Warren, Ohio, not PA. And this is a nice little squall line. Now, let's go to velocity mode, and let's see how things look on this whole line itself. Let's see if we can find something here. All right. Now, this is not rotation. This is basically, because the line is moving south, the velocity is showing that we look at, when you have something like this, broad green, broad red, that tells you that the whole thing is moving the line itself toward the southeast. What we're looking for, again, once again, we look for spins within the green touching the red. And the parts that appear to be the closest to the touching here, one batch right here, and we followed this here. Another batch, this one just along the Route 11 corridor. Keep it wide, keep it wide. And another batch here in the southern parts of Ashtabula County, that headed toward Greenville. And switch over to storm relative velocity, if you could, Dorian. Let's go to storm relative. And
Tree down.
we have, okay, tree down, is that 1,000 block of Plank Road? That's in Corey. Okay, large tree down in the 1,000 block of Plank Road. Earlier we had those other trees down.
The one on Route 98 was taken care of.
Okay, so the one, okay. Okay, got it. All right. So we'll go back here. So again, 1,000 block Plank Road in Corey, we have a large tree down. And again, we'll get more. We also have, a couple of power outages as well out in the Harbor Creek area. As we get more, Josh is our overnight producer. He's real good at that. Okay, this is storm relative, right? Storm relative velocity. So what we see here, it's rotation that you can see with the movement of the storms. It takes into account the movement of the storms. It can help see rotation that velocity mode doesn't. And we have, this is some rotation that we're looking at. Again, not touching each other, but that's all that I'm seeing here. Let's zoom out and see a bigger picture here. Okay, good deal, good deal. So that is what we're seeing. We see some bright reds within the darker reds. That may have some, may have a little bit of potential there. We do have. What is this warning here? What's that box? It's got an odd color to it. Oh, okay. Well, all right. So, as the name implies here, destructive severe thunderstorm warning. That's something that the Weather Service has started. It's a new nomenclature, a severe thunderstorm that may not be tornadic, but it may have wind gusts that get over 65 to 70 miles an hour. Go ahead and take the box off if you would there, Dorian. And it's the first time I've seen one on air. Okay, so the colors kind of caught me off guard there a bit. But this is something that's well to the south, headed toward the Butler area, Lawrence County. We'll probably clip southern Mercer County. Nothing of note for us here locally. We are looking more at the tornado warnings here in Ashtabula County that we're watching. We have not heard anything so far on tornadic touchdowns. Nothing so far, and that's good news. Let's go back to reflectivity mode here. And so we have, again, a pretty good core here. So let's zoom in tight back on central part and southern part of Erie County. Yeah, toward Edinburgh. Click on that skit and let's see what we got here. So that is, again, a little bit of rotation, a little meso rotation there, headed toward the southeast for the most part. Union City by 111. Out toward, I'm not really sure it's really going to hit Waterford. Mill Village and Union City seem to be under the gun here. When you follow, go ahead and take off the boxes there. And let's zoom in a little tighter on that. Center it up. Okay. So here's Route 6, here's 19 into Waterford. So that cell right there actually looks like it's already hitting the Mill Village region here. This strikes me, maybe some hail, strikes me as just some heavy rain. Again, zoom out just a bit, just a little bit here. A little more. Okay, that's good. If there's any good wind gusts, it's usually right along the leading edge of this batch here. So Union City, you may get some good wind gusts with this. The best of the wind gusts, and these are moving toward the east, perhaps hitting the Corey, Wattsburg area. You may also get some good wind gusts with this particular batch. But oftentimes, right at the leading edge of the heavier rainfall is usually where we expect the best wind gusts here. Best guess, I'd say about 40, may pop up to 50, 50 or 60 miles an hour as that gust move by. This is the one that hit Edinburgh that we showed you on the weather camera about 5 minutes ago. You saw the flags moving, looked there like about a 40-mile-an-hour gust. But these are rainmakers here, and with the wet grounds and the strong winds, these are ones that may push down some trees and the like. And we've already had the one tree down in Corey, a large tree down there in the 1000 block of Plank Road in Corey. So again, these storms definitely got some moxie. Not seeing any rotation or any serious rotation with these storms here in Erie County and headed toward Cambridge Springs. Obviously, if we hear anything more, we will definitely let you know. Okay, let's zoom out a little bit more. Let's look at those storms out there in Northeast Ohio once again. Okay, looks like the tornado warning has ended. I don't see any tornado warnings. We can confirm that, appreciate it. But I am not seeing any tornado warning boxes here. So looks like they have been allowed to expire, these tornado warnings here in Ashtabula County. The destructive severe thunderstorm warning is still here, but that's Warren, Ohio, and off well toward the south. So can we confirm that the tornado warnings have been canceled? I don't see.
Yes, it's been canceled.
Okay, tornado warnings have been canceled. Good news here. Does it mean we're out of the woods? Absolutely not. These are definitely some good ones here. So what we're concentrating more here, looks like in the grand scheme of things, when it comes to the severe threat, let's get even a wider view here, Dorian. Let's zoom out a little more. Right there, that's good. Let's put the whole thing into motion. Let's get the big picture here and see where we're at as far as severe threats and who still is under the gun. So it looks like the lakeshore is improving. The last gasp, or the last portion of the strong storms now moving. Looks like some are coming off the lake. That looks like it's going to head into northeast. Probably some good downpours there, a lot of lightning. And okay, we have trees down. Is that Bell Road?
Bell Road and Depot.
Bell Road and Depot Road.
I don't know if there's outages yet. But
Okay, so trees are down and wires down. Bell Road and Depot Road in Harbor Creek. We don't know if that's caused any outages, and that goes along with the road that was trees down on the 1000 block of Plank Road in Corey, with a large tree down as well. That's what we have as far as trees down at this point. In the meantime, again, big picture, lakeshore. I think, generally speaking, we're done with the severe threat. Not done with rain, of course, but we're done with the severe threat here. You can see, looking out, these are, we call that stratiform type of rainfall. Good downpours here, maybe some thunder. And, the I-90 corridor improving very nicely here. Let's pop up the lightning and the lightning numbers. We use that a lot when we kind of get the grand scheme of things. So here go the numbers. So they're 1,000 down to about 1,000 to about 650. So the general trend here, at least in our neck of the woods, is for those lightning strikes are starting to go down. That's certainly good news. Take the lightning off, take the numbers off here, and again, let's go back to the large look. So who appears to be most under the gun for severe hits? Looks like right here in Crawford County, moving the Pymatuning area and down into Mercer County as well. Now, we haven't talked too much here of Warren County, so let's center up on here in the Warren County area. Let's center Warren County. So, okay, let's zoom out just a little bit, okay? And let's stop the loop, and let's get some storm relative velocity first and see what we've got. And so again, looking at the grand scheme here, go ahead and click on that skit there, just south of Pittsfield, and we have here again. That's a little bit of circulation there. That's the meso. Looks like that's something that will have no effect on Warren itself. Cherry Grove, Cherry Run, Ludlow area with this. We do have, again, what's that?
Just a tiny one there.
Okay, tiny little one here is a little green. Let's go to velocity itself, Dorian. Let's go to just velocity. That picks up on. Remember, we don't have to have green and red. Shades of red can also show that there is some rotation. So there could be a little circulation.
The urgent weather message. The National Weather Service in State College, Pennsylvania has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for western Cameron County in north-central Pennsylvania, Elk County in north-central Pennsylvania, McKean County in north-central Pennsylvania, southeastern Warren County in north-central Pennsylvania, until 1:30 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. At 12:46 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time, severe thunderstorms were located along a line extending from near Allegheny State Park to near Brookville, moving east at 55 miles per hour. Hazard, 60 miles per hour wind gusts and nickel-size hail. Source, radar indicated. Impact, expect damage to roofs, siding, and trees. Locations impacted include St. Mary's, Bradford, Ridgeway, Kane, Johnsonburg, Fort Allegheny, Sheffield, Emporium, Smethport, Wetmore, Shingle House, and Betula. Stay inside a well-built structure and keep away from windows. Repeating, a severe thunderstorm warning has been issued until 1:30 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time for the following county: Warren, Pennsylvania.
The east, so the storm is moving toward. Red means moving away. Green means moving toward. Again, these are picking up. These are probably about 7. How much? 6,000 feet up here. Let's go back to our reflectivity mode, and let's take off the numbers. So a lot of times, we look at these cores, we look at these rain cores here, and of course, naturally, they're going to give hail, and we look for heavy rain. But what we also look for is what it can do is sometimes these cores can tap some of that upper level winds that we had there and drag them down to the ground. Particularly if you have purple and black and in extreme cases white cores. So we are seeing some purple here. So while obviously the purple also indicates where heavy rain is and potential hail, those are also the areas where we could get the best chances of some downbursts. And when you have winds that are at 50, 60 miles an hour at 6,000 feet up, perhaps that can drag some of that down. But this is not tornadic as far as we can tell, but these are the areas that could very easily get some wind gusts up to maybe 50 or 60. Where is that at? Mainly South Warren County, out toward Kane, Bradford, Lewis Run. This, of course, well to our east in McKean County. And oftentimes, again, sometimes with the lightning strikes, those are areas, that also could be where the severity of the storms could, also help drag some of that down. But you can see the lightning strikes here. Is this a 1 hour loop? Yes, it's a 1 hour loop. Strikes are going from 300s into the 115 lately here. So the general trend of these storms appear to be going on the weakening side as they make their way out of Warren County. Again, not impressed with widespread destructive tornadic weather here, but local wind gusts out toward Tidiute, Sheffield, Clarendon, so places again along the Allegheny River, heading up into the central part of Warren County. So areas like Macaulay Hill Road, out toward Bimber Run, Route 337 here, the state route. Those are areas just east of McGee that could very well have the best wind gusts, along with some of those very heavy downpours. What radar do we have on this? Is that State College? Okay, let's switch over to Buffalo, and let's see if Buffalo is showing what they're showing. They got the same area. How high is the elevation here in Tidiute? 7,800. 7,800. Okay, so let's go back to State College. That seems to have the better one for Warren County because it's about 1,000, 1,500 feet lower. So we'll stick with State College on this one here. And farther toward the east, again, east of Sheffield, Clarendon, Warren, not worried about you as far as a severe weather, just a lot of heavy rain at this point. It's areas now, the main squall line here from Kane toward Lafayette, toward Bradford and Lewis Run. This is the area that out toward Mount Jewett. Those are the areas and into the central part of the state that are going to be affected here. Okay. Back to big picture, let's switch over to Cleveland and let's see what's happening again back toward Ashtabula County. Severe thunderstorm warning has now been canceled here in Erie County, so the warning is over in Erie County. The last bastion of these storms will be heading out of Union City and Corey probably within the next 15 to 20 minutes. And then it's Crawford County that we will be watching as well. Where we do have, again, the warning still in effect. When is that in effect until?
I'll just come into you. They give me a little microphone here.
Okay.
We have additional warnings here. This is out of, I know we have a few people in McKean County till 1:30. Mm-hmm. And also the stuff down here that you were alluded to, Northwest, Venango, and Mercer till 1:30. And we know we have viewers on the northern fringe there. So you guys have severe thunderstorm warnings for another 35 minutes out in those areas. And one thing we want to, we've been talking to our storm chaser, Steve Marshall, and he's set up here waiting for this to come in. But for those of you watching from, let's just say, the Crawford County Fair, where there are a lot of people there, and we want to just make sure that you guys are in a safe place. I know a lot of people use trailers, mobile homes, and stay at the fair all night. So, if you're watching us from the Crawford County Fair outside of Meadville, be advised, you're going to line of pretty heavy rain, maybe some gusty winds and some thunderstorms going into, a tightly packed community in a small area there at the fair. So we'll continue to get reports from Marshall on that. I know you got some stuff.
Thank you. Yeah, we just got power outages North Warren right now. Anywhere from 500 to 1,500 people affected by that. And Plank Road, that has been cleared. So the 1,000 block of Plank Road, they cleared the tree there. That's certainly good news. So it looks like that is in good shape out that way. That's good news here. So again, as Tom mentioned, Crawford County Fair, yep, a lot of people, some people camp there as well. So that's something that we definitely need to watch here as we go through the next couple, next hour or so. So the warning right now, as you can see, Erie County clear, basically north of Sagertown and into probably Centerville. Looks like things are, going to it looks like things are going to be in good shape there as well for the day. So hey Tom, can we get Tom Atkins out here? Yeah. Hey T, can you just take over for a little bit here?
Sure can.
Okay, so Tom Atkins is going to cover it from here a little bit more, and I'm going to slide out just a little.
Check the Slack too.
Okay.
I
actually,
chat.
I need to.
Gotcha.
Okay.
All right, guys, good to be with you, all three of us here tonight, just because we do have severe weather, and we did have a tornado warning, but the first thing to keep in mind here, folks, is the fact that we don't have a tornado warning in effect anymore. So what we're dealing with is a ton of lightning. Dorian, why don't you run a little bit of loop for us, and pull it back to the one that says DMA on the top. There's those buttons. We've got DMA and we've got Tri-County. There you go, buddy. So let's just give you guys the big picture just to set everything, because we know you're watching from all over, and this is a 1 hour loop. So what has happened in the last hour is we've had these tornado warnings radar indicated. We don't have a confirmation on the ground, but what we do have with the good news that I just told you is that they are no longer in effect. So whether or not anything touched down, the Weather Service is not seeing rotation in Ohio. It has stopped short of the Pennsylvania border. So that's one thing. The other thing that Tom DeVecchio was talking about, we like to use lightning as a kind of a barometer, if you will, of the strength of these lines of thunderstorms. You can see two lines here. One that's cut out of Erie County going over Warren and Forest and down to Clarion. You've got another one that's coming in that prompted those tornado warnings. But you can see here, now look at all the yellows. Those are what we call the positive strikes, the cloud to ground strikes. They're usually about 20% of the total lightning. If you look over here on this loop, 80 to 100, and whereas the negative stripes, or the negative strikes here, are the ones that stay in the clouds. So if you look at the yellows and the whites here, you see how they burgeon up in yellow when they had a tornado warning. Now you hardly see anything. So this cell is weakening. But what I was telling you a little bit ago, and let's just use the Crawford County button here, Dorian, because I want to say one more time to you guys in Meadville. There you go. See, this is coming at you, okay? Let's stop the loop, Dorian. Let's take off the lightning, okay? And then we'll dive in, okay? So lightning gone. Let's go into Conneaut Lake, okay? And if, right in there, get a little, perfect. Now, if you could give me the camera from Conneaut Lake. If you don't know how to do that, wave me the high sign and I'll do it. But what we want to do is show you that, yeah, you're getting a ton of rain down Route 18 here. You guys that are watching us in Conneaut Lake, obviously you know that, but we're going to try to get you a live camera out of there. I might have to do that, so just bear with me. And we're going to combine radar and camera across the area. So hang on just a second, stay with me, and we will do this. We've got it plugged up here. We've got to go up here, and there we are. There's your Conneaut Lake camera. Now that's looking down Route 322, and it's verifying the radar picture that I just showed you. So what's going on here is the fact that you can already see lightning. You can see that rain. Now I know it's hard with the rain coming onto the camera lens there, but if I dive down here, and I mean that lightning is just vivid. If I dive down here to street level, that's Route 322, right in front of the fire department there where our camera is located. So Conneaut Lake getting lit up with lightning, as you can see here, and right in front of Silver Shore's restaurant, this rain is coming down very, very heavily. So let's go to this one, to the Meadville. Okay, so we're concentrating on western Crawford County right now and central Crawford County to give you the latest. Although that line is weakening, it is not prompting any tornado warnings. It still has winds. Look at the trees on Chestnut Street right here, just blowing in the wind. Okay, and the rain, although not as heavy in Conneaut Lake, is about to pick up in Meadville, and that's why we're talking about you guys in the fairgrounds as far as, you know, making sure you're in a safe, sheltered place, just because lightning is a killer, and certainly some gusty winds there as well, and you're going to get a bunch of rain. So if we can go, and you can see all the lightning already penetrating Meadville, if we can go back to radar, that same radar view we had there, where we're going to use Crawford County and verify this stuff, all you got to do is go to show prep. There you go. Or analysis. Thank you. Great job. So this stuff is coming out of Conneaut Lake. Lightning, heavy downpours, some gusty winds, moving eastward into the Meadville area. So you guys in these sections of Crawford County, that's what you want to be aware of. Here's 322 Conneaut Lake Road going back to Meadville. Some really heavy rain on Brown Road, Route 18, Alter Road, and let's see, State Route 3019. So this is moving from Hartstown over Conneaut Lake, over Geneva right now. It's headed towards Meadville and areas south of Meadville, probably down to Crawford County. So, okay, so we got a little bit of a time stamp on here, and this is the time that it's estimated. So we know we got a lot of you guys viewing from Conneaut Lake to Meadville, 132. It's saying that cell will get over there. I would be prepared a little bit before 132 for this. Again, we still got a severe thunderstorm warning here, Dorian, for Crawford. Just tap on it there. Okay, he's showing me right now till 2 a.m. So yeah, okay. So severe thunderstorm warning. Let's go down a little bit further towards the I-79 marker where just center in on the purple there. You guys west of Cochraton about to get something here. And if you can look, this is Adamsville Road coming out of the Pymatuning area and going down towards Cochraton. Obviously some very heavy rain there. You might even see a little bit of hail. So severe thunderstorm warning for Crawford County until 2 a.m. You saw it on the live cameras. You see it here on radar. Let's bump up to Erie County for those of you viewing us from Erie County tonight. And again, good news, Erie County. As Tommy D was saying, you can see this is not severe rain here. This lighter green stuff that can come off the lake. Why don't we get a loop with a little bit of a lightning and a lightning counter on Erie County right now. And you can see the nastiness has moved out to the east. Watch the lightning counter up to 71 and now down to 11. So I think we could take a big sigh of relief here. Not that there was much more than tree damage and some power outages, and I don't want to minimize that, but we can take a sigh of relief in that the main part of the line has moved out of Erie County. So let's concentrate on Warren County. Let's hit the Warren County button and we'll inspect those storms as well. Now this is a little bit meatier. We're going to look at the lightning here going up to 102, 112, and then down to 32. So let's take the counter off, Dorian, and then let's take the lightning off. You can see how it has diminished. So the storm itself, and let's stop the loop right here, has decreased in intensity, but just because it's not severe and you don't have a warning here anymore, it still is capable of some lightning and some heavy rain. So you guys on the western corridor right here, Spring Creek, down to just west of Tidiute, getting the heavy rain right now. See if we can put a skid on there, Dorian, and see if we can track one of these things. If you've got the skits or the arrows up in there, yeah, we don't, okay, good enough. Thank you, sir. Nice work. All right, so if you're over here, right, you're in Warren or Clarendon, or if you're in Youngsville or Pittsfield, in the next 15 to 25 to 30 minutes, this is going to come across. And again, it's just mainly heavy rain. It's some lightning. So just be prepared for that. Let's dive down. Let's take that skid off. Thank you so much, sir. And let's go down to Tidiute here. Center in on the Tidiute-Titusville area. Just kind of, yeah, that's good. Now slide it to the right a little bit so we can get Titusville in there. Just a bit more. Good, 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 good. There you are. You're getting there. There, okay. So in Titusville right now, getting the heavy rain. Moving right into those of you in Tidiute. Now, let's switch to base velocity here. I want to try to just see what we got going here as far as some wind gusts are potentially concerned, because Crawford, you still have a severe thunderstorm warning for you guys, so you can still see some gusty winds. You saw that on the live camera in Meadville, and querying this point, 58, which is a severe wind. Now, back more towards Tidiute, the wind's a lot lighter. But again, weather moves from west to east, so you could see some stronger winds, and obviously some heavier rain if we can go back to reflectivity and then just clear the DBZs off. Beautiful. This is what's coming into you guys right here. So let's hit the button for total Warren County right now, if you could, Dorian. And so you're getting it here, Spring Creek, Titusville, just west of Tidiute. Get ready for it, Pittsfield, Youngsville, Warren, Clarendon, Sheffield, and eventually over here across the top, places like Russell and Scandia, and eventually over here, Ludlow and Kane in McKean County. So we've gotten Erie, we've gotten Warren, we've gotten Crawford. Let's go a little bit south of, let's go to Crawford and then go a little bit south, because I know we've got some viewers down here in northern Venango. Perfect, yeah, way to go. All right, so this is the Venango as well as Mercer, excuse me, and Crawford line right here, okay? So let's just zoom in down here south of Cochranton, give us a little perspective of a few streets. So you guys in that general area approaching Carlton and approaching Cochranton right now, about to get hit with some heavy rain. Let's put some lightning on there to see how that has been behaving, because you know, we still got plenty of lightning. We got a few positive strikes here just north of the border. And that means that, yeah, a couple of them are hitting the ground. Let's do the loop here. So you guys in northern Mercer, right there, over to northwestern Venango County, are under a severe thunderstorm warning for about another 21 minutes till 1:30. Thank you, Josh. So you want to make sure, again, you're in a safe place, away from water and metal, and just in a sturdy structure. And if you are in a flood-prone area, do we have any flood advisories that have been issued at all, guys? Has anybody kicked in anything with flooding yet? We'll get the word on that. But you know, some definite downpours of rain with this. So if you are in a low-lying or flood-prone area, that's certainly a possibility. But as of now, we don't see any. We haven't heard any from Cleveland for us. Any flood warnings, advisories? They're checking that out. So we'll still concentrate on you guys down here on County Line Road, Perry Highway. Okay, they're not seeing any flood advisories or flood warnings, which is good, but y'all are going to get a big burst of rain right there. And the lightning looks like it's ramping up in this house. So let's take the lightning off, if you could, Dorian, including the counter there. Let's stop the loop. Let's give us the latest frame. Perfect. Okay, so you guys from south of Conneaut Lake, where we showed you the camera, to Cochranton, to down into New Vernon, where you do have the warning here for northern Mercer, and you still have a warning for Crawford. You know, just common sense, guys. You know, heavy rain, you've been through it before. Lightning safety, you know all about that since elementary school. And, you know, maybe some gusty winds with this. Still capable of gusty winds. Let's try storm relative, or excuse me, base velocity, just to take a look at the winds for the folks here. And just query a couple points, as long as, are we on Cleveland radar, Dorian?
Yes.
Okay, beautiful. So again, technically, a severe thunderstorm categorized by damaging winds, the winds are about 58 miles per hour. Okay, you have to have winds 50 knots equals 58 miles per hour. That's a criteria for a severe thunderstorm. And you can see, even though this is off the deck, yes, it is elevated, it's not being measured at the surface, but when you get heavy rain, it can transport winds off the deck down to the surface very efficiently. And that's what Tommy D was talking about earlier as far as downbursts are concerned. So you've got the winds there, and that's the third concern. Remember, lightning, heavy downpours, and yes, because you're under a severe thunderstorm warning, your winds can be quite gusty. We're looking at Shakelyville, we're looking at New Vernon, we're looking over here at Carlton and towards Cochranton, and this is the Crawford and Mercer lines. Okay.
Flood advisory for Asheville County until 3 a.m.
Okay. All right. Let's go back to reflectivity and go back. Let's just go over to Ashtabula County. I've got some damage reports for you guys. Thanks to our buddies in the newsroom, Josh. Tree down, Old Albion Road and Lexington Road in Conneaut Township. So you got a tree down there. Major outages in Warren County now. So, you know, if you can't see us by your TV, hopefully you're on our Facebook, because we're Facebook Live all over the place. So if you got friends and family that are trying to get weather information that may be out of power, go to Jet Fox Your Erie Facebook page. Wall-to-wall live coverage, Tommy D and Jacob over there, and I'll continue to update you on TV. So we're over, let's go over to, we got Ashtabula County. So you see this little green here, Ashtabula County, and I think it's probably including Lake and Geauga, have a flood warning, is it?
Flood advisory.
Flood advisory. Till when?
3 o'clock.
Okay, so because of the tremendous amount of rains there, thanks Josh, those of you viewing us from Ashtabula County, you're under a flood advisory until 3 a.m. So obviously a lot of rain fell there, and that's what I was talking about over here. It's that same system, right? You see it here from Grove City to Greenville to Meadville that just moved out of Conneaut Lake and moving through Meadville right now. That's the heavy rain producer. You guys, you can see the orange here. Anywhere east of here is still under the severe thunderstorm warning. So what's happening here, folks, is we're getting transition. Erie County, not so bad. Some trees down as far as we know. No major damage as far as we know, and no flood advisory as far as we know. But the corridor from Ashtabula into Crawford doing two things. First of all, it hits you with the strong thunderstorm, and you have the potential for, you know, lightning damage, power outages, a little bit of flooding. And then as it moves on, because it dumps so heavily, the streams and rivers and creeks here are getting exhausted and coming up as well.
Hey,
So that's something to look out for. I wouldn't be surprised if
a couple of new ones down here. Yeah, just a couple of, oh, here we go. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm not in the camera. Tom Atkins mentioned some outages. Warren County, almost 6,000 people are without power right now. That's the latest we have here. Old Albion, Lexington Road, Conneaut Township, tree is down. Tree is down Route 957. That's in Warren County, just southeast of Bear Lake.
Okay.
So those are, you know, those are some of the new information that we have so far.
So you're saying 6,000 in Warren County?
Yeah.
Okay.
6,000 and counting.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if you can still see us, you might want to check on your friends and neighbors. If there, as I said, morning weather information, we're live on Jet Fox Your Facebook. If you don't have electricity, you can use your phone, or if you got a, you know, some weather source of being able to get on the internet, go to our Facebook page, and we'll continue the coverage. So again, what I was saying is the heavy rains moving through Meadville and approaching northwestern Venango County. So let's just slide it over a little bit more, Dorian, if we could, to show a little bit more there. To the right, to the right, to the right. Keep going, to the right, not zoom, to the right. Beautiful. All right, so this stuff here, that's Crawford and Mercer. Now this is Venango County right here, where you see Cooperstown and Sugar Creek. So I know we've got viewers over here in these areas. So the wall of water is about to hit you, okay? And northwestern Venango County is under a severe thunderstorm warning until 1:30. So you've got another 15 minutes there. Now let's get more of Venango County here. In here, thank you, Dorian, and zoom out just a little bit. Okay, perfect. All right, so Franklin, you're not in the warning. It's just to the northwest of you, okay? Oil City, you're getting a lot of rain, and Rouseville is too, and Cherry Tree, but the severe thunderstorm warning is on this line from west of Cherry Tree, west of Franklin, including Sugar Creek, Polk, as well as Cooperstown. All right, so you guys are about to get hit that are viewing from this area, okay? So let's just dive in a little bit between Cooperstown and Franklin here, Dorian, and just get some streets on there. There you go, perfect. All right, the Meadville Pike, I believe that's 322 coming down here into Franklin. all right? Buttermilk Hill Road right here, Wood Road, Wiles Road. You're getting hit right now, and it's about to cross over into Route 417. That's a very common highway down there, Rocky Grove Avenue into Rocky Grove. And even though, Franklin, you're not technically in the severe thunderstorm warning, you're still going to get this storm. Whether or not it causes a lot of wind like we were tracking here or not, that remains to be seen. You're going to catch a lot of rain in the next few minutes. So, you know, again, common sense there. Let's put the lightning back on, if you don't mind, here. And we will just, widen it out a little bit, Dorian. That's perfect right there. Now let's run the loop. And you see 53 strikes there. And we'll loop it over the last hour and show you how those have changed. Okay. Down and up. Okay. Down as one exits and up as one comes in. So you're about to get hit right here. Just, you know, make sure you're in a safe place. Get ready for some lightning. Get ready for some heavy rain. Maybe some gusty winds, especially Franklin and west towards Polk and Sugar Creek and up into Cooperstown. This is all Venango County. Let's do the view of the whole area. Right there, Dorian, what's called the DMA view. And we'll just reload here. You guys in Ashtabula, really just seeing a bunch of rain, and you guys have the flood advisory, Ashtabula, Lake, Geauga counties in Ohio. Erie County, just the watch, does not have any warnings for flood or severe weather at this point. Chautauqua County, little bit of a line here coming down from about Westfield into western Warren County. We'll probably be looking at those two next, but all the severe thunderstorm warnings. And remember, folks, severe thunderstorms mean there's strong winds of at least 58 miles per hour anticipated or happening, 1 inch or greater diameter hail, or rotation. We don't have any rotation. We haven't heard reports of hail, but we have had strong winds. Lightning and heavy rainfall do not make a thunderstorm severe, but lightning is a killer, and that's still involved. So keep that in mind, even if you're not under a severe thunderstorm warning. The lightning's still around, you know, just use your lightning safety rules. So what you're seeing from the big picture here is that at this moment, at 1:20 on Friday evening, you have severe thunderstorm warning in this corridor of Crawford County, in that area from, I would say, you know, Meadville and Cochranton over to Titusville. You've got severe thunderstorm warning in northern Mercer and northwest Venango County. You also have one here in Mercer County. Okay, Warren, at this point, I don't see one. Okay, but you are getting a little bit of a line here. So let us run the lightning loop one more time if you can, Dorian. So you can see that first line just barreling through there. Watch how this goes up to like 500, 75, 600, and now it's coming down. So the systems as a whole are weakening, and if you're staying up late with us tonight, that's good news because things will improve. Now, we can't, you know, tell you when you're going to get your power restored if you're watching with the generator or if you've got friends or family that have lost power, but we can, and I know a lot of you are watching on our website, so you can see us through your phones even if you can't see us on TV. We can't tell you when that will be restored, but First Energy Penelec does have a website. You could go to a power outages map. You can see when they estimate perhaps that your area could be restored power. So let's take the lightning off and the loop off, and let's just go Warren and Chautauqua counties here. I'm going to stay with you guys for at least another 10 minutes here until this stuff clears the area, maybe a little bit more, but that's what we do. We're here on Facebook, we're here on TV, we're here at yourerie.com streaming live, just to give you the big picture till any threat of damage is done and out of the area. So Warren County, let's dive in from Sugar Grove to Pittsfield. First of all, like the northwest corner of it, Dorian, thank you. All right, so there's your roads. That's what's going on. I know people watch us from Lottsville. I've heard of Matthews Run. So places like Bull Hill Road, Sutton Road, you're getting hammered right now. This is Route 6 coming out of Corey over here, okay, headed across. And Brown Hill Road, you're about to get hit. Matthews Run Road, you're getting hit. Page Hollow Road, you're about to get hit. So this is the corridor from just east of Grand Valley, Lottsville, and southward through Matthews Run. Now let's just lift the map up, Dorian, and let's just go into more the other way. Yeah, let's go south with the map. Good job, good job. Coming right into Youngsville right now. Those of you guys watching in Youngsville, you're getting the heavy rain right now. And then let's just keep lifting the map and following that red stripe down. Perfect, perfect. All right, right there is good. So it's right down the Allegheny River here, over to Tidiute and Triumph. You guys getting kind of waves of rain here. Here's a real strong hit that's just missed, that's just gone by Tidiute. You're lightening up. Here's another hit that's coming in from the west. So you guys, keep your guard up there. Although you're not under a warning, you're getting some heavy rain. Let's put the lightning back on for these folks. And just run a loop. Now we're really zoomed in here, so that's why it's exhibiting some low numbers. But the other reason it's exhibiting low numbers is the fact that you got hammered once, and the lightning is now decreasing, and it's more of a heavy rain situation. So let's just hit the warrant button, get the county as a whole now, because we're paying attention to you guys, and just stop the loop if you can, but leave everything else on, Dorian. Thank you. So a line from Sugar Grove to Pittsfield to Tidiute, just being a safe place here. Obviously, it's going to come into places like Russell and Ward and Clarendon and Sheffield, and eventually exit off the Allegheny Reservoir over here. So if you can, let's switch to the Warren camera if we could. If we could just take a look at downtown Warren and see if that's, we've got Meadville there, and you can see how that has lessened in intensity. That's moved out of that area.
It's offline, Tom.
Okay, all right, good enough. All right, back to the radar we go, and you can see the fact that it's still raining and it's still lightning in Meadville. So let's do tri-county view here, Dorian. All right. So what Meadville's getting is the last of this. That's moving to you guys in northern Venango County, Franklin, Cooper. Okay, good news for you guys in Crawford County. You just saw the live shot in Meadville. Your warning has been discontinued. It was in effect until 2. They chopped it early. So good news for Crawford County in that, again, we're talking severe thunderstorm warning. And when you're talking severe thunderstorms, you're talking about strong and damaging winds, possibly some hail or some rotation. So that kind of scenario has been eliminated in the warning category for you guys in Meadville. Now, if you're at the fairgrounds, or if you're in Pymatuning, or certainly if you're down here near the Titusville area, what we call the stair steps between Crawford and Venango County, there's still a lot of rain. There's some lightning. So although the severe side has left, you can still get dumped on rain-wise, and you can, lightning is something you want to be very careful of, especially you guys in the eastern half of the county, because all these yellow strikes are what we call the positive strikes, okay? And those are the cloud to ground strikes, okay? The white are the cloud to cloud. Those are the negative strikes. They're not hitting the ground. So there is still cloud to ground lightning occurring in eastern Crawford County. There is cloud to ground lightning in northwestern Venango County there. So no more severe thunderstorm warning in Crawford County. No more severe thunderstorm warning in Erie County. No more in Warren County. But there's still that line going through there. Now I know. Let's go up to Chautauqua County. Also here, because I know we have viewers up in Chautauqua County, or you might have friends or family here. Good job. Good, right there. From Panama Rocks up across Pekin Peak to Mayville and into Westfield. Put a little loop on this, and we'll watch the lightning counter. Now this this has not been a severe situation. But as you stop this loop here, and if you could just switch to the Buffalo radar, Dorian, that would be really great too. It's still, that's going to give you a little bit better detail. I mean, look at this. Between Westfield and Mayville, you got right there, three cloud-to-ground strikes in the yellow. So even though there's not a warning for severe thunderstorm, there's heavy rain, there's lightning, okay? And it is tracking to the east. Can you put a skid on that? See if Buffalo's got a skid in Crawford County there? Or I'm sorry, in Chautauqua County. See if they've got any kind of skit there to help us out. We're looking for the arrows. If they don't have any, they don't have any. Okay. Do the 1 hour loop, please, one more time. Okay. Now, we're going to do it manually, folks, here. We're going to do it old-fashioned way. Dorian, get the ruler, stick it on the west side of this view, just north of Erie by Presque Isle. And then, once you got your point there, stretch it all the way over here to Mayville, okay? Use the ruler, and you know where the ruler is, up there by the skits and the eyedropper and all that. Go get the ruler. There you go. Now, hit clear. Do it from over here. Do it from just north of the peninsula in Erie. Start it there. Just put a dot there with your cursor, right? Now drag it all the way to Chautauqua and Mayville. A little more, a little more, a little more. Good. So this is an hour loop. So this line is moving at 30 miles an hour. We just distance tracked it for you. So let's draw a line from the middle of the loop now. Clear that off. Same using the ruler. Draw it from Chautauqua over to like Conowongo here to the right. All right? That's good enough right there. Okay? So this line here will be out of Chautauqua County in, 40 minutes. Okay? So let's do it one more time, but let's move the map up. Clear off the mileage there. Move the map up so Warren County can be exposed here. Up, 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 up. Beautiful. Keep going, keep going. All right. Now, draw a line. Get the edge of the yellow here, right here west of Warren on the precipitation here. Get the edge of the yellow and just a little shot here into Warren, right into the middle of Warren. Okay, so it's about 4 or 5 miles, that heavy rain from Warren. Okay? Now, do it one more time. Go back to the same point, right at the edge of the heavy precipitation here, and draw it out of the county, like west of Lewis Run here. Now, use the ruler. Get the ruler. All right. Perfect, right there. Okay. So what we're seeing here is if this thing's moving at 30 miles per hour, and it's in Tidiute right now, and it's about ready to go into Warren, let's do one more line. Clear that off, and let's just do to the county, which is right here where this tan line is. Okay, you see the special weather statement line on the right? Draw it from the leading edge of the heavy precipitation to this tan line over here. Beautiful. Okay, so it's moving at 30. It's got about 14 more miles to go. So it's going to hit Warren hard, hit Clarendon hard, hit Sheffield hard, and in a half hour, it's all going to be east of there into McKean County. So that's some good news for you guys. You're not even in a warning, but this tan thing here is what's called a special weather statement. So what they're saying is, if you're in this area here east of Tidiute, and I know it's raining hard in Tidiute, but it's about to let up. But if you're east of there, through Sheffield and Clarendon, the city of Warren, Youngsville, up to Russell, and Scandia, and Akeley, and the towns in northern Warren County, in the next half hour, you're probably going to get hit pretty hard with some rain, some gusty winds, not severe level, not the 58 mile per hour level, but enough to rattle some things around, enough to dump some quick heavy rain. And if we could put the lightning back on there, again, we're concentrating on the central and eastern half of Warren County, especially the southern area right there. You're going to see a bunch of lightning, okay? So just again, common sense stuff that you've learned since elementary school. Lightning safety, away from windows, doors, metal. Heavy rain, not a whole lot you can do about that, and it's moving fairly quickly, so we're not anticipating flood advisories there. But you got one more hit in Warren County, east of Pittsfield, east of Titusville, and eventually east of Sugar Grove, all over into McKean County there. So let's go back to the whole meal deal there, Dorian, the DMA button, and we'll just take another wider view here of everything. Okay. And again, you're going to get more rain, and that's why they have the flood advisory here. Ashtabula, Lake, Geauga, looks like it's into Cuyahoga County and Cleveland too. So there's still rain to be had overnight. But the trouble spots, the stuff where severe thunderstorms can still happen, are right here with the red, where the lightning is, and where the orange boxes are. So at least we're getting cleared of that. And we'll continue to stay with you and talk about that as well. Let's switch to cameras, if you would. And I'd like to try Girard, because we are having some more rain coming into Girard. So you just go up there, you got it. Still some steady rain in the Meadville area. Not as heavy as before. The trees aren't shaking like they were. But you saw the edge of that precipitation coming back into the West County. Now, there's no warnings for you guys, but you can start to see the flags are blowing again. See, the rain is picking up here. So although we don't have any warnings for severe weather, we're getting another round of rain. We're getting a few gusty winds coming into the West County area at this hour. So we'll follow it across to central Erie County. Let's find a downtown or a bayfront. And this stuff, again, this is a little bit quieter because we're east of what you just saw. So you can expect, those of you guys downtown, you're probably going to see another hit of rain come, maybe some gusty winds, but it's more that special weather statement kind of level that you saw in the Tan and Warren County that we're talking about here. You can see the camera shake on top of the Renaissance Center, so there still can be some gusty winds. There can still be some downpours, but right now, Erie County not under any warning. So let's take it down to Edinboro. Let's try Edinboro in southern Erie County and take a look at that. And as you can see, again, little breeze here, not heavy rain, but you guys, it'll be coming back into you. And I'm not saying it's coming back severe. I'm just saying you can get more rain and you can get some amount of wind going on there in the next 15, 20 minutes. Let's try Conneaut Lake. Go over there for that live weather camera. And we're focusing, we're right on Route 322 here. A lot different than it was. Looks like a few little drops, a few little breezes, but nothing real heavy at the moment. Now, the severe thunderstorm watch is still in effect for about another hour and 25 minutes. They haven't cleared Erie and Crawford from that yet, so let's go back to radar and just check on things here from cameras. And all you got to do, yeah, there you go, analysis. And we'll just run the loop here. And you can see the lines go across. You can see the oranges, polygons sinking down to the east. Those are the severe thunderstorm warnings. But you can see the second round of rain coming in from the west. And if we could switch to Cleveland radar. Let's go with the Cleveland. It's already on it?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. So we're good. And widen it out a little bit more if you could, Dorian. I want to look back a little bit further west. Good, good, good. All right, perfect. Okay, so what you're seeing here is, here's the flood advisories. Here's this next batch of rain right here from Cleveland to almost Erie and almost Edinboro on this last frame here. Let's stop the loop on the last frame here. Okay, so one more batch of rain here. Then you see some severe thunderstorm warnings back here in Bowling Green and Findlay, Ohio, way back in northwestern Ohio. Check and see if there's any skits on that, because we want to take a look at the whole picture. The watch is till 3 a.m. and you know, hopefully they will be canceling it. Now, you can see right here that these are driving to the southeast and they are way west of us. So these are headed more towards Canton and towards Pittsburgh. So that is good news here. And again, we talk about these skits here. The red ones are the ones that can produce a little rotation, that can be severe. The pink ones are even more dire. But look at where they're all located, okay? Blue ones are nasty too, down here by I-77 south of Canton. They're all located from south of Canton to Pittsburgh, wrapping up a little bit over here. This would be Warren and Forest, or south of Warren. That would be Forest County and Venango County. Tighten up just a little bit if you could, Dorian, so I can see the county outlines. Just zoom in a little bit. All right, perfect, right there. So the skits that are still red south of Oil City, so this stuff's still nasty. That's why you got the orange. That's why you're in a severe thunderstorm warning. One more red skit here. This is in eastern Mercer County. Cluster lightning here. So what's left of the eastern sides of Venango County and Mercer County, and then cutting across Clarion and cutting across Forest County. This is where the severe weather is, okay? This is where your heavy rains and your potential for damages, and that's all outlined in orange. Those are all severe thunderstorm warnings. They do not include Warren County, they do not include Erie County, they do not include Crawford County. But the stuff that was out there is not tracking towards Erie or Crawford or Warren County. This stuff is tracking out of Venango and Mercer and across Forest and Clarion and towards central PA. So these things, I believe, will be expiring fairly soon. And then the stuff that was out here is diving to the southeast, the stuff that was up by Findlay and south of Toledo, Ohio, and that is not headed towards northwest Pennsylvania. That is headed more towards the Pittsburgh area. So surmising here and looking at what's on the radar screen right now, more rain, but not severe. So the thing we look at now is, do they issue some flood advisories as we get a little bit more rain? Maybe, maybe not. We'll keep you updated on that. The other thing is severe storms for those of you who are on an extreme southeastern fringe. Click on one of these skits too, if you don't mind there, Dorian, for some areas there. These are trucking. I mean, this one's saying it's moving east at 56 miles per hour. Maybe click on another one to the northeast of there. Perfect. That one, it's moving east at 54. So you guys viewing us from northern Venango, northern Forest County, this stuff's going to be out of here very soon. So you've got that going for you, okay? And you can take that off there. And just go back to DMA if you don't mind. Take the skits off too, that's fine. All right, so that's the big picture. We'll do a couple more. We'll do a couple more cameras, see how heavy the rain is. We'll do Erie, Edinboro, Meadville, as well as Airport and Girard. And Conneaut Lake, you can see there, it really hasn't picked up there. Here's Girard, and again, that's just like we were showing you a few minutes ago. Some bursts of rain, some gusts of the wind. You know, you're probably getting gusts to 25 miles an hour out there. Let's go Airport, a few miles down the road. And you can still see there's lightning around. There's the American plane that probably came in about 11 o'clock tonight from Charlotte. Looking there, rain falling. You can see at the light that's probably going to pick up a little bit there. Let's go Bayfront just for a change up to the Bayfront. And these are all live cameras tracking this rain as it comes back into the area. And you can see the flags blowing in the breeze there and rain re-entering the city. Let's go down to Edinboro again, see if anything has picked up live on our camera in Edinboro. And starting to get a little bit more in the way of drops there. You can see it right there at that intersection of 6N and 99, starting to get a little bit heavier. You can see it right there by that light, okay? And let's go, where else did we want to go? Down to Meadville. Let's do Meadville again. and just see how that's looking. Okay, and you know, a steadier light rain there. So that's the way things look. So we will go back to radar and give kind of an overview here, just for all of you who are watching from near and far. Can you click on these warnings one more time near Oil City? Okay. All right, so that's till 2 o'clock, okay? So about another 17 minutes for you guys in northern Venango County. But as we said, these things are rocketing off to the east. What we have to deal with now is just basically going to be rain, okay? And there is still lightning around, but basically rain. So we don't have any more severe thunderstorm warnings for our Tri-County area. This stuff will be expiring for those of you in Venango and Forest and down into the counties of Clarion County, I should say. That'll be expiring in the next 15 minutes or so. So we'll watch this rain come through. Let's do a loop here. You can take the lightning off too and the warnings. And I just want to take a look at how quick this rain is moving. This what we call stratiform rain. Okay, just getting an idea. We may do a little more with the ruler here just to give us all an idea of how quick that back edge will get through here. So I'm going to let it lapse one more time. Okay, Dorian, stop the lapse. Leave it where it is. Get your ruler and go a little bit north of Ashtabula there in the lake with the ruler. Just put your first point up here north of Ashtabula. You're fine. You don't have to zoom in on it or anything. Just stick it just north of where Ashtabula is here in the lake, right there. A little bit to the north of Ashtabula, to the west a little bit here. Okay? Keep going west with your cursor. Keep going west. Do you have the ruler? Yeah. Okay. Put the ruler point just north of the town, the word Ashtabula. I don't think you have the ruler. You need to go up to the top by the icons there, like the eyedropper, and make sure you have the ruler. Okay, so from there, okay, right there, good. Now stretch it to the east, not to the due east, down to where the precip ends east of Edinburgh. Here, there. Okay, so just a rough estimate, probably more like 40 miles an hour. Now widen out the view here for everybody. Okay. Clear that off, but keep the ruler function. Get the ruler function. Make sure the ruler function, and then just draw it from the back edge here. And then draw it all the way to Edinburgh again. Okay. So I would say that, and this is the latest frame, that we probably have about a 1 to 2 hour period of this rain to get through. Okay, so we are adding additional rain, and that's why they have a flood advisory there. As of now, no flood advisories for Erie or Crawford, but I would say we've probably got another 1 to 2 hours of rainfall that's going to work its way through our area and then eventually come back across into Warren. Again, it's not severe, it's just more rain with some occasional lightning, but the lightning, if you can put it back on there, is fairly minimal at this point. So it's all down here with the severe weather. Okay, so let's run the loop. Okay, one more time, and you can see how the reds are heading east and out of the area. So those of you down here in Forest County, a little bit more to go through, but then you're done, at least with the severe. There, and northern Venango, still some lightning, still some positive strokes, but that'll be diminishing fairly soon. And then we just wait for this rain, which is coming into the I-79 corridor from Erie to Edinburgh to Meadville to Greenville. We'll probably have another period of 1 to 2 hours of rainfall, hopefully without any severe weather. And then let's just widen the whole view out here if we can, Dorian. and then things are tapering off, okay? Once you get this past us, that's tapering off, and I think it gets through the I-79 corridor in another hour or two, and then it gets out of Warren County in probably at least around 3 hours from now, or maybe 2 to 3 hours from now, this back edge. And remember, this stuff is nasty, but it's not headed towards us. This stuff is going to the southeast. So we are good there. Anything else? Any other reports? You know of anything, Dorian? Anything from Marshall? Has Marshall said anything?
Marshall just said that the storm that was coming into Crawford County just died out.
Okay.
So
Good news there.
much good I can see.
Okay. So we're going to wrap things up there then, you guys. Let's take one more peek at Warren County here. For me, Dorian. Beautiful. Little bit down like by Sheffield there, but this is moving at 30 to 40. So that's going to be out of there really soon. Okay, it'll move into down into Ludlow and Kane as it is right now. And that's interesting. It'll move into Ludlow and Kane, and that's about it. So let's go back to DMA. We're on Cleveland. Let's hit base velocity just for the heck of it. The brighter colors here, they're all to the south. Those are the stronger winds. Okay, and so we are looking better. Erie, Crawford, Warren, Chautauqua, Ashtabula, and we're just basically dealing with rain. Okay, and that the severe stuff to the south is staying south as well as moving east. So that is good news there. I want to see if there's anything else we could do, and then we're going to say good night. Let's go back to reflectivity. I'm looking at the lightning here too. Generally, it starts in the 500s and it is decreasing. So this is good. Things are weakening. Things are moving out of the area. All we have to deal with is probably some rain. So I would guess that the only thing Erie, Crawford, or Warren might, and I'm not saying it's a definite, I'm saying might have to deal with maybe a flood advisory, but that's not a certainty. We'll depend on Cleveland and State College as far as that's concerned. So that's the way it looks from here. It looks like most of the severe weather is out of our viewing audience, and we can take a break now. You can go to sleep, enjoy your morning, enjoy being a night owl, whatever you would like to be doing for the next few hours. Of course, Tommy D is already in the building, and he will be joining you, of course, for the news in another, what is it, coming on 2 o'clock now, in another 3 hours or so. He'll be live over here, and we'll just wrap things up. We'll talk to our news department. If they have anything else to pass along, they will be certainly doing that. We're all, nothing new, he says, so we're good. We're good there, and actually we're pretty fortunate considering the fact that this atmosphere was very volatile. We do have power outages. If one of you guys, or if you could get a hold of Josh before I leave here, just get the idea of current power outages like Crawford, Erie, Warren off the Penelec site, households.
Okay. Warren improved down to 1,400.
Warren County, 1,400 households without power.
What's at 6,000?
What's at 6,000?
It was.
6,000. So okay, so for those of you guys watching us from Warren County, you were at 6,000 households without power. Now you're down to 1,400. So there's
4,000 now.
Mercer, did you say?
Yes.
Okay, Mercer County, 4,000. And you're still feeling the effects there. Okay.
That's it.
Anything Crawford? Anything Erie?
Nothing big now. Very small numbers.
Okay, so hopefully that's all getting better. And like I said, if there is more, we'll pass it along. But we really did fairly well. If all we had were power outages, some trees down, that's a pretty good severe weather event. Tornado warnings were issued in Ohio. Never made it to Pennsylvania. Don't even know if anything was on the ground or if it was just rotation in the cloud. So things will be improving over the next couple of hours here, and we're looking forward to better weather as we go through the weekend. No severe weather anticipated later today or over the weekend, so things generally improving. Thanks for staying up with us. We'll go back to regular programming. We appreciate your support, and make it a good and safe night. Remember, we're here for you, and if things ramp up again, whenever that is, we'll be back here for you. So take care, and thanks for your viewership. Have a good night.